Yo, salutation, greetings to the people. More or less, you already know it's the real right, your boy Lucky Lou, Justice Revo TV, justicerevolution.org. Back at y'all with another video, man. Y'all know the bop, y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what we on over here, man. We building, we learning, we teaching. Each one teach one, baby. That's the vibe over here, man. Building, learning, teaching. Each one teach one. Y'all already know we heavy on the laws. Keep y'all on point with the laws. Laws change all the time. Heavy on the bills. We got build about these bills. We gotta know about these bills. Sometimes we gotta fight against these bills, make sure these bills don't become law. Sometimes we gotta advocate, lobby for these bills, make sure they do become law. Because sometimes the bills is for us, sometimes they ain't for us. So it's good to stay on point, fuck with Justice Revo TV, and I'm gonna keep y'all on point. You heard? Pouring self for my mishaps. And it's pouring self for the delay in the videos, man. I'm trying to keep it more consistent, man. Appreciate everybody for being patient and tuning in with me, you heard? I wanna get right to it today. First, I want to talk, yo, they got a video out, right? It's a video. It's from like a month or two ago. It's out, it's out in Vegas, in West Las Vegas. It's at a high school, West Las Vegas High School, right? The police shot at these teenagers. It's so crazy because I'm watching the video, right? Somebody sent me the video, like, yo, check this video out. Did you see this? And I'm watching the video, and like, I guess somebody had called the cops, said, some kids up in school, like, to fight some other kids or something like that. Know what I mean? Well, mind you, these kids, these teenagers, right? So, yes, teenagers can be dangerous sometimes and all that. We ain't disputing that. But we at a high school. I just want to tell y'all how this shit unfolds, right? So the police pull up, the police hop out. The kids are telling the police how the kids in the car was arguing with them and talking smack with them, wanted to fight them and all that. So they came past the kids. They like, yo, they got a car right there. Mind you, the kids in this car, right? The police come, the car comes around, car coming through the park lot of high school. The police said, stop the car, stop the car. The kids, you know what I mean? They kept going, they wasn't going fast or nothing. They riding in the parking lot. You know what I mean? They wasn't going fast or nothing. Boom, so they kept going. Police fires on the car. Boom, boom, boom. Fires on a car full of kids, right? Full of teenagers. The kids murk off. Two of the kids got shot. I think a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. They didn't have no gun in the car, nothing, right? And I know people had watched the video because people say, oh, well, they hit that girl with the car. Yes, they hit the girl with the car. The girl, they was coming through the parking lot. People was crossing through the parking lot. And when the police, and they're trying to get away from the police, they was only probably going about 8, 9, 10 miles an hour. They wasn't going fast. Like, they like, you know what I'm saying? So they nipped her with the car. We ain't going to make it, like, exaggerate and put 100 on 10 and make it seem like they was zooming through the parking lot and smashed Shorty with the car. Shorty barely got touched with the car. That didn't give, to me, in my opinion, the police was mad reckless, man. Lucky he just shot 2 people inside the car. 2 innocent teenagers, might I add, inside the car. But he could have hit, it was people walking past, kids walking past. I say that to say how fast they're always willing to shoot us. Because that was a majority black high school. We want to keep it a buck. Know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to bring race into this. Because I don't think he would have fired on that on one of those suburban schools. I don't think he would have fired like that fast in front of that school like that without seeing no gun, hearing about no gun or nothing. I don't think he would have, he just fired. Stop the car. Boom, 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 boom. That was crazy. Shot those 2 kids, innocent kids who were just doing high school stuff. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. How many of y'all been in high school when people had problems at high school? And this ain't no school shooters and none of that. This regular school stuff where these people from this school and this the rival school, kids come on time, talk shit and all that. That don't mean you're supposed to get shot by the motherfucking police. And I know they're going to justify it too. They're going to say, oh, they hit the girl with the car. They were doing. They were going to say, this is shit we be talking about, man. Just shattered those kids' dreams. Like, not the kids are still alive, thankfully. Know what I mean? Thank God for that. But I'm talking about kids is injured, probably traumatized, probably PTSD. How you think they're going to be moving when they see the police? When police shot them for no reason, for just driving through the parking lot on high school time. Probably fucking antagonizing your high school rivals. They ain't had no guns. This wasn't no gun stuff. This wasn't no gun drama. This was fights, rivals in school, like, oh, fuck you, fuck your school type shit. You wouldn't do that with Brad and Chad. And Brad from the north side of the suburbs beef with Chad in their suburban school media drama. Then you wouldn't shot at Brad and Chad and them, I don't think. And now, and that goes to, look what they do with us. Look at Jaland Walker, rest in peace to him. 90 shots. 90 shots. 60 holes in his body. He got shot. They threw 90 shots at him. He got shot 46 times. Had 60 bullet holes in him. Because, you know, sometimes got entry and exit wounds. You know what I'm saying? They, like, and granted, they allege he shot at them or whatever. I don't put nothing past the police. Them playing guns, them do. Listen, this is nothing new under the motherfucking sun. It kills me the way people always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It kills me how people always be, say, oh, was this a few spoiled apples or whatever, a few rotten apples. And, yo, a few rotten apples spoil you a bunch. And it's more than a few rotten apples. Know what I'm saying? Now, when he hopped out that car, he ain't had no gun. But, like, you know how it is. Like, yo, I grew up in the hood. Like, I know. When you run from the police, it's more, yo, you better try to get away because police be mad when you make them chase you. That's like an unwritten rule in the hood. I don't know if y'all know about this in the suburb or whatever, but in the hood, that's an unwritten rule. When you make police chase you and they catch you, they be wanting to violate. They'll catch you and whip your ass and tell you made us run. You made us chase you. And then they let he shot at them and all that. These motherfuckers was so pissed off that he didn't stop or whatever. When they hopped out, they threw 100 shots nearly at him. Then they threw 100 shots at a dude in Queens, New York. Granted, he was on some stuff. He shot at them, boom, boom, boom. So, like, you know what I mean? But it's just how fast they unleash on us, right? But you see how careful they... Now we're going to dip to the Texas mass shooting at the school. Uvalde, whatever the name of that city is. Upon myself, if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But you see, yo, an hour... Yo, listen, a dude came up in the school. White boy, because this how it happens with the privilege, right? He comes to the school, crashes, jumps out, starts shooting into the school, shooting people. Right? Within 2 minutes, officers on the scene. They did not engage that shooter. They left that shooter in there. And then, after a few minutes, yo, it was motherfucking 376 officers at that school. And they still didn't go over there and fire no shots. They still didn't go over there and fire no shots. It was an hour and 14 minutes before they went into that joint and breached that room where that dude was at. That so many other people lost their lives because these motherfuckers was back here literally lollygagging. Scared to go on there or wouldn't go on there. They said they want to crossfire or risk that. Yeah, and people lost their life while you was sitting around doing this waiting. I bring that up because I think that a school of color, of black kids, I think they would have went and shot that shit up so fast, they would have stomped that. That's just my opinion. I think they would have stomped that shit so fast and they wouldn't have cared about nothing. But with them, even in that Texas joint, one of the police officers, his wife was one of the teachers who was inside the school and lost her life. One of the cops that was hesitant and bullshitting on going in there, his wife was one of the teachers who died in the school. And shout out to the lady who ran in there because her kids was in there. And she wasn't police or nothing. And she tried to make it up into the school, like going to get mines. Shout out to her. Salute to her. You heard? But yeah, man, they didn't... An hour and 14 minutes. This dude in the school just shooting the shit up. They all up in the hallway just sitting there talking, politicking, building like we building right now. That's what they was doing. They ain't breached the door. They ain't slide up. They ain't just go out there and air it out. If that was our school, if that was Boys and Girls, if that was Flushing, if that was Andrew Jackson, they would have aired that shit out. They wouldn't have gave a fuck. But they was careful with that. They was careful. And timid. And they waited an hour and they let an armed gunman walk around the school for an hour and 14 minutes before they ran in there and did what they had to do. But you see what they do with us? Boom. First sign of aggression is boom, 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 gunshots. First sign of aggression, gunshots. That's how it is for us in our communities. I know the white people say my wife, some, not all, because a lot of my white friends, they know, because they've been to these communities and they understand what's going on. Know what I'm saying? But then you have a lot of white people who don't know. They say, oh, this guy's playing the race card. They make everything racial. I got one of my good friends I went to school with, good guy, man. Good guy. He asked me why I don't want to stand for the because I said I wouldn't stand for the national anthem and the flag. So he said, yo, why you don't want to stand for the flag? He said, thank you. Let me know if you got a good enough reason, and maybe I won't stand either. And I'm telling him, like, he's my white friend, right? You know what I'm saying? Grew up with this guy, good guy. Know what I mean? Public school friend. And I said, when the American flag and the national anthem, when it stands up for what the words in the anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance and what the flag's supposed to stand for, when those same liberties that's afforded to him are afforded to me and mine's, then I wouldn't mind standing for it. It's so hypocritical. Why would I stand for it when and say these words, a pledge all this liberty just for all, and all? Why would I say all that when it don't apply to me? It don't apply to me. Know what I'm saying? Look how this stuff is. Like, I know sometimes you can't see it, and people don't want to see it, or they haven't lived it, so they understand it. Know what I'm saying? But you see how fast. Check that video out. I gotta learn how to do the thing in the background of the videos like my peoples be doing. But know what I mean? But y'all gotta check that shit out, man. Check that video out. The West Las Vegas High School cop shoots at teenagers, West Las Vegas High School. Check that shit out. And you see how fast he just shot at them kids. You're gonna be like, holy shit. You're gonna be like, oh, you're not gonna think he gonna bust that move right there. Like, you know it wasn't that deep. That was a shoot first, ask questions last type thing. And as a professional and as a police officer, as supposed to be protecting the serve, you wasn't supposed to shoot that fast at them kids, man. I mean, you shot so fast at them kids and shot them kids. Lucky they still alive, man. Prayers up for them, man, and for speedy recovery. Know what I'm saying? Lord knows what they're going to be going through in the future. And they brave mentally and all that. Know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, this how fast they move on us, man. This how fast they move on us. You see how fast they hopped out and they had a field day. I hate to say it like that, but they had a field day with Jaland Walker, man. They fired so many shots. To the New York thing, they fired 100 shots. They got another situation where they shot 41 times. It's like with us, they go trigger happy. Because like they know they're going to get away with it. And this is why we say Black Lives Matter, man. This is why we say Black Lives Matter. Because we talking about stuff like that happening. And when that happens to us, it's like nobody's even talking about it. Know what I'm saying? Nobody's even talking about Ronald Green still. I did videos on Ronald Green months last year. He's on camera getting murdered by the police. No charges, no nothing. No mass media attention, nothing. They lied about the whole thing, hid the video. When the video came out, it shows all the wrong they did. Still nothing. This is what we talk about. Black Lives Matter. Know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man. Please, man. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave comments. You don't got to agree. If you don't agree with me, it's all good. Another thing I want to talk about real quick. I want to talk about this. All right, check y'all see all this stuff going on with this Roe v. Wade, right? Forget that. Yeah. All right, I just want to talk about that. I just want to tell y'all about some of the arduous things that's going on. Did y'all see about the little girl, 10 years old, who was a rape victim? She got raped in Ohio. 10 years old. 10 years old. She was 6 weeks pregnant. 10 years old. Right? Then she was trying to get abortion. She can't have an abortion because they made it's illegal in Ohio. She had to travel all the way to Indiana. Lucky she had a support team of the people who's coming together to make sure these things can still work. And know what I mean, help with the traveling expenses and everything. And lucky she had a support team that helped her and got her to Indiana where she could have the abortion. So this 10-year-old girl had to have an abortion. Then they got mad at the doctor for doing an abortion on a girl from Ohio who crossed state lines and went over there. 10 years old. This is the type of thing that happened once you do overturn Roe v. Wade. You think she the only one? You think that 10-year-old girl is the only one? Now, this is what she got to go through. This is the type, like I said, I don't agree with abortion either. I never tell nobody to get abortion. I never told a girl to get abortion. You know what I'm saying? But I still believe in the right to choose. And I understand the hardships that come with it without people having an option. Like in Ohio, you can't, it's no exceptions for rape or none of that. It's no exceptions for rape, incest, none of that. So that's what it is. And that shit's crazy. So this 10-year-old girl got raped and they wanted her, according to her law, according to the law of her country, to the law of her state, she's supposed to keep that baby. They actually got mad that the doctor in Indiana even performed the procedure. They even tried to threaten to lock him up and all that. He said, I'm going to do this procedure for this little girl. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man. Yeah, man. So I'm going to keep it short right there. I got some other things I want to talk about. I want to talk about what's going on the train. See if I got some time. Yo, because on the train, it's mad shit going on. We had a serious loss of my family, man. We lost a family member, know what I'm saying, who got hit by a train in New York. So, know what I mean? And I'm noticing after my family member, like, we took this huge loss, losing a loved one from the family who got hit by the train, and then I started doing my investigation, started looking to see what's going on, trying to find out what happened, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's been mad people dying on the train. I'm talking, like, they talk about the crime on the train. They talk about the crime, people getting stabbed, shot, all that. You know, the train is crazy. Train movie. I got to make a whole video about the train. I haven't been on a train in years. I went on a train like a month ago. Movie. That's a whole other story. I'm definitely going to do a video about the train. But mad stuff. They talk about the crime happening on the train, but they're not talking about these people getting hit by trains, getting ran over by trains. Something, I don't know what's going on down there, but listen, man, the MTA need to get those motherfucking, those rail block things that they got in China and some of the countries in Europe. We got to get those, man. Do y'all know within the past 4 weeks, just in the past 4 weeks, starting like at the beginning of the Pride month, right before that, right? Past 4 weeks, it been nearly 10 people ran over by trains in New York, ran over by subways. Nearly 10. Huh? Y'all don't know the names? I'm going to give you the names. I'm going to give you some of the names. There's so many I couldn't. All right, we're going to go with, you got 2 people killed in Manhattan on the train. All right, that's April 29th. That's 2 people killed. 2 people at the same time, right? Boom. All right, we're going to go to June. June 12th, a dude fell on the track, they say, at Delaney Street. Got hit by the J train. Oh, shit. Hold up. Not AC on. How you call it? A brother got hit by the J train on June 12th. Ran over by a J train, dead. Then on June 20th, another unidentified man got hit by the A train at Canal Street. Listen to me. Follow me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Shit gets deep. On June 20th, unidentified man hit by the A train at Canal Street. Then also on June 20th, a 37-year-old man, Marcus Bryant, got killed by the Q train. This was in the hours of each other. 2 different trains, 2 people dead. That's on June 20th. Then on June 29th, you got a 20-year-old woman got killed by the 7th train by Grand Central. Then on July 3rd, you got my family member who we lost. Rest in peace to him. Know what I mean? Javon Darrell Brown. He got killed by the train by Canal Street. This all within 3-4 weeks. And it's more. What the fuck is going on the train? I'm not saying nobody pushing people on these tracks. I don't know what's going on. I just know that that's a lot of people, and it's not in the news. I don't see nothing in the news about Javon Darrell Brown, my family member who tragically lost his life getting hit by that train. I don't see, they're not talking about it. It's nowhere in the news. How all these people dying on a train and Adams ain't talking about it. Yo, Adams, why you not talking about Javon Darrell Brown? Know what I'm saying? And keeping it funky, that's my family. That's a close family member, and he was a member of the LGBTQ and You know, they not even saying nothing about it. Why y'all not getting behind that and find out what happened to your fellow community member? Like, I'm trying to find out what happened to my family member. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to find out what's going on. Why do y'all know that all this is, some of this is like, all like in the same little few miles radius. And they talking about these people just walking on the train. They walking on the train track. These people just walking on the tracks. But it's not even in the news. Not even in the news. Not even in the newspaper. I don't know. That shit seems suspect. I mean, like, somebody died on the train tracks and it's not in the news. Like, you don't find out about this unless you go do some research. And if you do research, you're not going to find out about my relative. You're not going to find out about my family member joint. It's like, if you do the research, you can't even Google and find that. You can't even Google and find that. I know it happened because that's my family member. I know it happened. That's how I know it happened. Javon Dow Brown, say his name, man. What's the vibe? What's going on here? He got hit by the train. He said he got hit by 2 trains. And this other guy, the $100 family man got hit by on Canal Street. Canal Street, like, it's so crazy. I read the story. I looked up the one story about the 20-year-old dude on Canal Street. It's the same story like my family member. I'm thinking it might be. I'm like, they probably got the dates messed up. That's my family member. That's how similar in everything, how it happened. Basically exactly the same. Excuse me. Happened exactly the same. I'm reading that article. I'm thinking they got the dates messed up. That can't be the same. I'm like, that got to be my family member. It couldn't have happened twice. Yeah, it happened to another person at the same train station. Same train station. So we got to get some safety measures on these train stations. They supposed to start they supposed to do test runs at 41 train stations with these braille block things to block people from being able to go on the platform and all that stuff, like to go on the tracks. We need to get that, man. I'm not saying no foul play was going on. I'm not saying that it wasn't no foul play. I don't know what's going on, but we gonna find out. Know what I mean? And we're gonna find some of these people unidentified. The only ones they got identified is the Marcus Bryant killed by the Q train. Everybody else they had unidentified. Even my family member, I know his name because that's my family member. You understand what I'm saying? And but when he got hit by the train on July 3rd, they didn't identify him and notify the family till July 8th because they didn't know who he was. So a lot of these people are getting hit by the train, and when they get by the train, they gruesome probably get mangled, and the things go everywhere, and they can't find all their property or whatever stuff like that. And you understand what I'm saying? So they don't be knowing who people are. So that's why a lot of these people are unidentified. Like I said, Javon, he was unidentified. I just know that situation because that's my people, that's my family member. So that's how I know what happened with that. And that's how I know that name. Other than that name is not in the newspaper. They not talking about that. You heard? So we got to get on that, man. Call up the MTA. Your people should call up the MTA. Email the MTA. Email Mayor Eric Adams. Know what I mean? Email them, call them, and tell them, yo, we need more safety rails. Not more. We need safety rails, period, on the train stations in New York, on the subways, period. They've been saying for years, 10, 15 years, they say we're going to get them. But they don't want to spend the money. But we spend money. Put that shit in the budget. Put that shit in the budget, man. Do you see that? I just gave y'all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just gave y'all 7. That's just 7. It's more. That's just the thing. Oh, and one of them was two a double. So that's within a month. That's within 3. That started. That's all through June, Pride Month too. I gotta see, and these other people identified. It might be some to it. These old people might be part of the LGBT. I don't know. I don't want to start up the whole shit, but I just know that ain't nobody saying about this and all this down by Canal Street and under them trains and all this. It's a lot of funny stuff going on, and there's a lot of people dying down there on them trains. How is it people just getting hit? Like, how is this happening so much? And to me, was suspect that is not on the news. They talk about all the other stuff that happened on the news. On the train. Oh, this person had a fight on the train. This man, they talk about a person who got cut on the train. Even though he almost lost his life, speedy recovery to him. But still, they didn't talk about this. People with these tragic mishaps, accidents, or what have you, whatever the fuck it is. We're going to find out, because that ain't going unanswered. We're going to find out what happened to Javon. We're going to find out what happened. We're going to find out what happened. We're going to find out, though. You know what I mean? Facts, though. So, like I said, man, email. Listen, people, we do this for a reason. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I do this for a reason. When I tell y'all to email, I really hope y'all email. Like, I really hope y'all email the State Correctional Institution Fayette and call up there and speak to them about Angel Maldonado, who's still being held in a solitary confinement indefinitely for monetary gain, because they use these units, these control units. They get grants for them, they make money. That's why they make up reasons to fill them up and bring people there. I know, because I was there. So when I tell y'all to email and call, I'm hoping y'all email and call. I know some people are. Please email and call. The shit really makes a difference. Especially when people are in prison. It really makes a difference when you're in prison. Because that outside support, people know that shit whole week. When you got people calling and all that stuff. My mouth mad dry, I don't got my throat. I'm going to let y'all go, man. Listen, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave comments, man. And like I said, man, email and call the MTA. You know what I'm saying? New York City Transit Authority, Metropolitan Transit Authority. Email them and call them, harass them, tell them like, yo, we need the safety rails on the train stations. And we want to find out what is to all these people mysteriously getting ran over by trains in New York City since June. It's been going on all year, but I'm talking June, that shit just, it was crazy. I'm talking 2 people got hit by the train, within hours. Same area. I don't know, man. It's not just a coincidence to me, man. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man. Salute, salutations.